Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today, we're diving deep into the militaries of India and Pakistan. We're talking manpower, firepower, and everything in between. We'll break down who has the edge in a head-to-head. But remember, war is no joke. So, buckle up, grab your favorite beverage, and let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the people power. India, with its massive population, has a clear advantage here. We're talking about 1.45 million active personnel in their army alone. Pakistan, on the other hand, has around 654,000 active personnel. India still takes the lead with a combined force of over 4 million, compared to Pakistan's 1.6 million. In the manpower department, it's looking a little one-sided. Alright, so we've established that India has more boots on the ground, but what about the toys? India spends a whopping $83 billion on defense. Pakistan, meanwhile, allocates around $11 billion for defense. Now, I'm not saying that's chump change, but it does put them at a significant disadvantage. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight, except the gun is also a fighter jet that can launch missiles from space. Okay, now for the elephant in the room, nuclear weapons. Both India and Pakistan have these weapons of mass destruction. Pakistan is estimated to have around 170 nuclear warheads, while India has a slightly smaller arsenal of 160. India has a nuclear triad, which means they can launch their nukes from land, air, and sea. Pakistan relies mainly on land-based missiles. Now, let's talk about the skies. India boasts a fleet of over 600 combat aircraft, including the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, the Rafale, and the Tejas fighter jet. Pakistan has around 350 combat aircraft, including the F-16 Fighting Falcon and the JF-17 Thunder. Plus, India has been investing heavily in drone technology. In a head-to-head dogfight, numbers matter, and India has the numbers. When it comes to land power, India's numerical advantage continues. They have a massive tank force of over 4,700 tanks, including the T-90S and the Arjun tank. Pakistan has around 2,400 tanks, including the T-80UD and the Al-Khalid tank. While India might have the edge in terms of sheer numbers, Pakistan's forces are well-trained and well-equipped. They're ready to defend their country. Alright, landlubbers, it's time to set sail and talk about naval power. India has a blue water navy with 2 aircraft carriers, the INS Vikramaditya and the INS Vikrant. They've also got a fleet of submarines, both nuclear-powered and diesel-electric. Pakistan has a capable navy with a focus on coastal defense. They have a fleet of submarines, all diesel-electric, and a mix of frigates and corvettes. Now, let's talk about where all this fancy military hardware comes from. India has been pushing hard to develop its own indigenous defense industry. Pakistan relies heavily on imports, particularly from China. India's focus on indigenous development gives them more control over their own destiny. Pakistan's reliance on imports is quicker and cheaper, but it also makes them dependent on other countries. Finally, let's talk about the friends these countries keep. India has strategic partnerships with the United States, Russia, France, Israel, and Japan. This gives them access to a wide range of weapon systems and technology. Pakistan has a more exclusive group of friends, with China being their closest ally. They also have close ties with Turkey and Saudi Arabia. So, there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of the military might of India and Pakistan. Based on what we've seen, it's safe to say that India has a clear advantage in terms of military power. But, as we all know, wars aren't won on paper. Ultimately, the best outcome for everyone involved is for these two nuclear-armed neighbors to find a way to coexist peacefully. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.